I'm allowed to do it. Good morning.
All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration expert. That means what I do is help you go further, faster, with less effort as it relates to growing your business. Your business is worth way more than you think. And a lot of it has to do with you, how people are taking you. You know, when they look at you, what do they see? When they listen to you talk, what do they hear? When they when you walk past, what do they smell? You know what I'm saying? Like your business has a lot to do with you, and then also your business has to do with the way you communicate it to the public. We're going to talk about all that in a minute, but before we get into it, don't forget today is newsletter day. If you haven't joined the newsletter yet, make sure you go to millionaireminded.com, put your name and your email in a box, and let's see what's really good. You know, every Monday, we give you this newsletter. It's always full of either mindset, skill set, heart set, some things that'll change your philosophy, some things that'll change the way you're looking at life. And as you know, life gets better when you get better. And that's why you got to keep on getting better. So every single week, the newsletter comes out and it's split into these three different sections. The skill set section is Haziq's technique of the week. You're always guaranteed to get something really cool in there that you probably never tried before. And don't forget, if you do one new technique every single day, that's 220 new techniques at the end of a year, even if you take off on weekends. So you do that 5 times, you do that 5 years in a row, you got 1,000 new techniques. How could your bank account look anything close to what it looks like now if you had 1,000 extra techniques? You know? Then there's a heart set section of the newsletter where we always give you like a famous quote, something that'll help you adjust the way you are feeling about things. Heart set has to do with your fulfillment level, right? And then there's a mindset. Every single week, we also give you a mindset section I think you'll like a lot. So make sure you join the newsletter if you haven't yet. Glad to see everybody checking in. My man, Daryl, good morning, millionaire. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Yuli? Let's get it. Let's get it. My man, Damon Ivory is in the house. Let's go. He said, hit that share button, y'all. And I agree. Please hit the share button right now. You know, like this thing. It's crazy. We got dozens and dozens of us on here already. And nobody shared it yet. Only one person like, come on, y'all. Come on, share this thing on your page. Appreciate that, Mr. Ivory. My man Eric checking in. What up, E? Let's get it, brother. Miss Mandy's in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Taisha. Okay, Taisha made it in. Donisha Clay is in the house. Let's get it. Let's get it. Naire, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Chanel is in the building. All right, y'all. So y'all are starting. Hey, can you like this for me? Can y'all like this for me, please? Facebook likes when you like stuff, and then it starts sending you more things that fit that algorithm. Little hint, clue right there. You can't be like, man, every time I go on social media, it's nonsense. If you're only liking and sharing nonsense, the algorithm's looking at that, and it's going to keep on showing you that. You feel me, Larry? Larry know what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. So this morning, what we're talking about is 5 reasons your business is failing. Hey, Eric, I wanted to cover it this morning because a lot of times we as entrepreneurs have this weird feeling like we're stuck. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You ever felt like you were kind of stuck in a rut? And I'm talking about with your business or your life. It's like the routine has become a rut. And it's so common in this day and age to feel kind of comfortable with where you are. And now you stop pushing yourself like you could. So how do we jumpstart this thing? How do we get our lives moving again? I got 5 different steps, 5 different keys, 5 different obstacles, 5 different pitfalls, may be the best word, that keep people's business dying instead of growing, right? Because we're all a part of nature. Your business is a living, breathing organism, believe it or not. And since it is a living, breathing organism, your business can only grow or your business can die. So what I want you to do is look at your individual business this morning. I want you to compare it to these 5 different categories I'm about to give you. And I want you to say to yourself, man, this could explain a little something. Here's the first one I got for you. Somebody write this down in the comments and give me a share. The first reason your business is failing is lack of vision. Lack of vision, y'all. Before you started your business, let me tell you, and it was just an idea, right? It was a thought in your head that seemed impossible. You start to put time and effort into it, right? Now it's within reach, and now you have it. But what happens next? You made it to where you want it. Now it's like there's nowhere to go. This ain't true. This ain't true. Because although you've reached your vision, it doesn't mean you can't think any bigger. But a lot of businesses, they stop growing because the people who run them stop growing. A lot of businesses stop growing because the people who run them don't know what to do after they reach that first goal. Instead of being happy, well, always be happy. Now, what we're going to do is be happy. But instead of being content, you hear me? Instead of being satisfied, set new goals. Set new goals. Goals are like magnets that attract the things to themselves that help them manifest. Somebody write that in the comments. Goals are like magnets that attract the elements that create their manifestation. I know I'm using a lot of big SAT words, but I want you to understand the power of goals. I want you to understand how much you're holding yourself back if you don't have goals for the next year, goals for the next month, goals for the next week. If you don't have a goal for today, a lot of people are waiting till, August, September, October to check in on their goals from January 1st. I'm telling you right now, it's too late. It's too late. You should be checking on your goals from January 1st on January 2nd at 12 noon. You see what I'm saying? You be checking on your goals from January 2nd on January 3rd at 12 noon. You should know where you are, how close you are to your goal. Are you kind of thrown off, or are you ahead? Are you on track, or are you ahead of time? If you don't know, chances are you ain't on time. You get what I mean? What is your vision? Another thing about vision, y'all, is how well do you communicate your vision to your customers, to your prospects, to your teammates, to your staff? How often do you communicate the vision that's so big that they can see their vision for themselves inside your vision for this empire you're building? How often do you communicate it? We gave a real simple sales technique where we were just telling them, like, sometimes when you're talking to people, you may want to let them know where you intend to be by this time next year. That's vision. How often do you say to a prospect, hey, listen, I really wouldn't even hit you like this, but my company just hit the Inc. 5000 list the third year in a row, and I feel weird talking to you about it, but I feel even worse not mentioning it. Listen, man, this company's going places. I've been playing around, but I made a decision. I decided that by this time next year, I'm going to have an extra $10,000 a month coming in. Woo! I'm glad that's recorded, because that was a script, baby. And what I just now did was I shared my vision with this prospect. And now the prospect has a choice, right? I didn't steal their choice from them. I told them where I'm going and then gave them a simple option where they can join me on this journey or they can stay exactly the same. But here's what I know. Regardless, the year is going to pass anyway. All right, here's the second one, y'all. Lack of why. Lack of why. Right, Damon? You felt me on that? All right, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, share that thing in Billionaire Grind. Somebody getting what I'm saying? Check it out, y'all. Lack of why. Do you remember why you started your company? If not, right? How do you think you can keep your company moving forward? How do you think you're going to power yourself through the valleys up to the next peak? If you need a little bit more motivation, one thing you can do is think back and remember why you originally wanted to do this. Now that you have your original reasons for starting a company, maybe you check off how many of those you fulfilled and how many of those you still need to work on. Why did you even decide to be an entrepreneur? Right? And now your business is giving you a lot of things. Your business is giving you experiences. Your business is giving you all this extra knowledge, right? Now, what do you want this thing to stand for as you move forward? What's your why? Do you want your company to make you more money? Do you want your company to make a difference? Do you want your company to change the world? Do you want your company to be the reason that your city remembers your name? Are you just going to be known for the person that was the number one expert in this? Do you just want to be known for the person that I'm talking about, if anybody had a problem in this area right here, you were the one that everybody turned to. What do you want to be known for? What is your why? I hope I'm making sense, y'all. Somebody give me this in the comments. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. You guys have heard me say this over and over again, right? But I believe that passion times service equals purpose. I talk about that in my book that's about to come out. If you guys haven't pre-registered for the book, you may want to go to millionaireminded.com and put your name and your email on the list where it says pre-register for the book and whatnot. We about to have some fun with this thing, y'all. But yeah, I believe passion times service equals purpose. But that's exactly right. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. That's exactly right. So what do I mean by passion times service equals purpose? What I'm saying to you, right, is that at the end of the day, the thing that you love to do, where you don't even notice that the clock is ticking, you look up and the sun done gone down, and then the sun is back up again, and you still rocking. I'm talking about you look up in an hour, it felt like 10 minutes and it's gone. That's something you have passion for. But the next question is, how can you use this to insert value into the marketplace? How can you use this to help somebody else's life? How can you use this thing that you love to do to solve problems out there in the world? Because the purpose of life is a life of purpose. You got me? I dare you think about that. Here's the third one I got for you. No accountability. No accountability. Millionaires, do you have a ton of good ideas, but no follow through? Anybody can relate to that? You got idea after idea after idea, but you don't follow through. I got a clue for you, y'all. Maybe you aren't being held accountable. You need to follow through with what you say. If you're continuously saying you're going to grow your network, if you're continuously saying you're going to expand your business, if you're continuously saying that you were going to do something, it could be like getting the employees lunch or something like that, and then you just don't do it. Nobody's going to trust your word, Joe. No accountability is a huge red flag. If you don't have a business partner that will tell you the truth, like, hey, man, hey, queen, you messing up. Do you know where you're going to be this time next year? You know where you're going to be 2 years from here? I'm telling you, in a way worse position. Millionaires, if nobody can trust your word, how can they trust your business to get the job done? What I want to challenge you to do is start with an accountability buddy. I want you to start by picking one person. Now, again, all you got to do is pull one technique out this training, just like all you got to do is pull one technique out of every training that we do, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. But what I'm telling you is if you'll get yourself an accountability partner where y'all talk about it after the call, after that morning's training, and say, all right, what was your big takeaway? What's the thing you're going to apply? If you ask those two questions to your accountability buddy, your accountability coach, if you set consequences for yourself for not doing it, if you have friendly bets, like, all right, if we don't stick to this, then lunch is on you on Friday. Lunch is on you on Monday, right? If we don't stick to this 7 days straight, when I see you next Monday, lunch is on me, right? What can you do to have fun with this thing so that becoming accountable is kind of like a highlight of your day? All of a sudden being held accountable to applying this new attitude, using this new technique. And today's new technique, y'all, is getting an accountability partner. If you have an accountability partner that's on the line with you right now, let me see me in the comments. Where if they don't show up to the call, then you're on their neck. If you don't show up to the call, they on yours. And then after the call, you guys talk about what's the big takeaway we're going to apply. Well, for me, it was this. What was yours? Oh, you know what? I didn't think of that. I think I need to take that one on instead of the one I said. If you aren't having conversations like that with somebody, I'm telling you right now, you are leaving money on the floor. You need an accountability partner, y'all. Here's the fourth reason. Here's the fourth reason your business might be failing. You ready? Low standards. Somebody say dust settles, I don't. Somebody say dust settles, I don't. Somebody say dust settles. I don't. Low standards, y'all. People can have low standards in almost everything. You can have low standards with where you live, the zip code you choose to raise your children in, different relationships you have. You can have low standards with your business. If you can't hold your product, if you can't hold your customer, if you can't hold your customer service, if you can't hold your reputation to a certain standard, people ain't going to want to work with you. People ain't going to want to buy your product or service. Why would you want to go somewhere and work with somebody who doesn't hold themselves to a standard that reflects excellence? And, a lot of times if you don't have high standards, it might be a symptom of you not having vision as well. When you can't imagine what you want your business to look like, how are you going to hold yourself to a higher standard? So we can hold ourselves to a higher standard by knowing what our time is worth and realizing how much we're investing into a product, or realizing how much we're investing into a client. If you're spending an hour on something, will your hour be worth $10 or $100? How much effort you put into that specific project is going to reflect how much you get out of it. Thus, you're now showing you understand the value of your time. You getting off the phone with the person and saying, look, I got to call you back in a minute. I got to call you back tonight. I'm going to call you back tomorrow. I'm in the middle of a project right now. That's you starting to raise your standards. You get what I'm saying to you? I hope I'm making sense, y'all. And the fifth one I got for you, here's the fifth one I got for you. The fifth reason that your business may be failing is no passion, no pain. What pushes your business? What pushes your business, right? Are you driven by the passion? Or are you being pushed by the pain or the pressure? When we're put under pressure, it's amazing what we can do. Isn't that a fact? And when people are passionate about something, a lot of people put their all into something. They put as much as they can into what they're working on. Passion and pain are equally motivating. But here's what I know. I know when we start to get comfortable, when we start to lose the passion that we had, we start to stand still. We begin to die instead of grow. We begin to decay instead of grow. We begin to stagnate. So if we are stagnating, how can our business move forward? And reigniting your passion can be kind of tricky, admittedly. But again, it goes back to that why. Try and remember what gave you the initial push to start this passion. Consider what you're passionate about now, because people grow into things, they grow out of things. And if you like pressure, putting the pressure on can be as simple as setting a goal, calling up your accountability buddy, setting real consequences up for yourself. You got me? Will you let your business sit and stagnate any longer? Or are you going to reinvent this vision, millionaire? Are you going to discover that why? Are you going to hold yourself accountable? Are you going to raise your standards? Are you going to reignite your passion? Getting your business and your life to move forward is something that you got to put effort into every day. I think it's Ben Franklin that said, success is never owned, success is rented, and the rent is due every day. Y'all ever heard that one? Success isn't something you own. Success is rented, and the rent is due every single day. If you want to succeed, you got to keep pushing every single day. So my challenge to you is to put your big takeaway in the comments. Put your big takeaway in the comments. Right now, put your big takeaway. Yeah, Randy. My man Randy Parks in the house. Let's get it. Put your big takeaway in the comments. FAST, y'all. FAST. So the F stands for Facebook group. Make sure you join Entrepreneurishment. The A stands for accountability partner. We just kind of talked about that. The S stands for make sure you subscribe or turn on your notifications. Randy, Gwen, make sure you turn on your notifications. The bell is down there somewhere if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Let's go. Let's go, Damon. Let's go, Damon. Yeah. And what it is when you're talking about somebody holding you accountable is that also you got to hold somebody else accountable. That's one of our daily habits, Damon. You know how that go. Yeah, Jerry. Let's go, King. All right, y'all. So put your big takeaway in the comments. Put your big takeaway in the comments. While you're doing that, I'm going to throw this affirmation line. It's affirmation time, right? I'm going to throw that on the screen. But what are some of your big takeaways from today? What is something that you're going to do differently? Okay, Ashley. Ashley said, get an accountability partner. Somebody that'll start calling and waking you up and making sure you're on the call. Yeah. Somebody else said, reigniting the passion. That's what they're going to change. What about you? What's your big takeaway? You start calling in on the live line, but still leave your big takeaway. Still leave a big takeaway. Let's go. All right. Taisha was like, dust settles, I don't. No accountability is a big red flag. And also, it stuck with her that if you're not growing, you're dying. That's right. Ain't no maintain. I don't know where they got that from. All right, millionaires. Well, it's affirmation time. We're going to keep on rolling. Even if you're watching a replay, give us a replay, gang, and still leave your big takeaway in the comments. That's an important part. Yeah. That was a big one. Yeah. Dominique was like, success is not owned, it's rented. That's right. And the rent on it is due every single day. My man Daryl was like, too many good ideas and no follow through. Means I need an accountability partner. Let's go. All right. Misty was like, dust settles, I don't. Let's go, Misty. Let's go. Sharice was like, following through. Jerry was like, he needs to refocus. I believe when he says refocus, he's probably talking about reestablishing and recommunicating his why, reestablishing and recommunicating his vision. He called that refocusing. And then he said more accountability. I like that. I love that, actually. LaShandra's like, I second Daryl. And Daryl's whole thing was like, too many good ideas and no follow through. That means what I'm lacking is accountability. All right. Okay, good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. So it's affirmation time. Calling right now. Gwen also, she said, yo, I'm going to start having an accountability partner. Okay. So that means tomorrow we should have double the amount of people on this call, right? Because everybody's going to get an accountability partner. Everybody going to pull somebody to the side later on this morning and be like, yo, I got this call. I don't know if you want to grow your business. I want to start adding new techniques every day. I want to start adding on to my philosophy every day. I want to be improving my mindset every single day. I need an accountability partner to rock with me. Would you be down to do that? Had that conversation with somebody, y'all. Had that conversation. All right. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it, millionaires. Say it like you mean it. This begins to condition your self-image. This begins to recondition the way that you look at yourself. This begins to remove self-limiting beliefs. It's called affirmations. And maybe you've heard of affirmations, but you've never done it in a habitual manner. You got the chance to change that right now because we do it every single morning. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am so happy and grateful that my mind visualizes